Dr. Peter Glidden here, your steadfast advocate for health. It's cold and flu season. Let's talk about it. There's a lot that you can do to prevent the flu, and then there's a lot more that you can do if you are unfortunate enough to become afflicted by it. Vaccinations for influenza have been shown to only be effective for very small children or very old people, and I would even argue probably that those statistics are a little skewed. It's really difficult to predict which strain of influenza virus is going to be affecting people. In the 2018 flu season, in 2017 when the flu vaccines are developed, right? Plus all of the other problems with vaccination. So it's a better idea here rather than just to get vaccinated and keep your fingers crossed and hope that it works. If you roll those dice, it probably won't work. It's better to have an educated, sophisticated understanding of the nature of the disease so that you can prevent it from happening. So let's get into it. So the deal here is that the most common vector of the influenza virus entrance into the human body is your hands. So here's what happens. Someone has the flu. Maybe they know it, maybe they don't. They sneeze, they cough, they cover their mouth with their hand, glove or no glove, and then they'll open a doorknob or put their hands on the countertop or a stair rail or an escalator rail or the buttons in the elevator, right? So they sneeze or cough onto their hands, and now the virus is on their hands, and then they touch something, and now the virus is on that something. Now, if you touch that something, pretty easy for the virus to stick to your fingers, and then you do something like this or something like this, and now the virus is in your body. And if your immune system does not have the capacity to handle it, you're going to become afflicted with influenza. So during influenza season, which is right now, it's interesting, don't you think, that influenza only shows up during cold months of the year? I've put together a 45-minute webinar which explains or goes into the whole influenza thing in a lot more detail than I'm able to give here. You can find this information at my website, glidden.healthcare. But let's talk about prevention, right? So one easy, breezy, lemon squeezy way to knock down the vector of infiltration of the influenza virus into your body is to put the longevity product Pure Works foaming cleanser on your hands every 5 or 6 hours. It's an oil-based antimicrobial product. It will not dry your skin out. It will not cause your fingertips to crack, which is another problem, right? If you use typical alcohol-based disinfectants, they're going to dry your skin out. The alcohol dries your skin. Dry skin in the wintertime especially is prone to cracking. That's not good, because now if you touch the influenza virus inadvertently, it goes right into your bloodstream through the crack. Not good. I love the Pure Works foaming cleanser. It's oil-based. It lasts for about 5 hours after you apply it. So put that stuff on your hands before you leave the house in the morning. You apply it again at lunchtime. You apply it again when you get into your car to come home, or you get on the subway to come home, and life is good. Also, if you have kids, I would get a big container of it and stick it on the wall, inside the house where the kids come in, like through the garage door, through the back door. And during influenza season, it's mandatory that the kids put that, and their friends, put that stuff on their hands immediately as soon as they come into the house. Smells good, feels good. Never tasted it. Probably doesn't taste very good. It's not intended for internal use. But the Good Herbs antimicrobial support is the Good Herbs antimicrobial support, a fantastic combination of botanical medicines, and the way that the Good Herbs people manufacture their herbs, where they source the raw materials, how long they let the raw materials stew when they are manufacturing the end product these are the best over-the-counter botanical medicines I've seen in 30 years of clinical practice as a licensed naturopathic doctor. There's Chaparral, there's Pau d'Arco. There's some really good stuff in the Good Herbs products. chaparral, pau d'arco, and most importantly, olive leaf extract, chaparral, and pau d'arco. Extremely effective at antiviral activity, helping your immune system to deal with a viral stress. Really great stuff. My recommendation for prevention, 1 milliliter 3 times a day, 1 milliliter 3 times a day. There's a little milliliter dropper inside the bottle. And if, heaven forbid, you do find yourself coming down with the flu because you didn't follow my advice, or somebody sneezed in your face and you couldn't control it, the recommendation would be 4 milliliters 4 times a day as an adult. 4 milliliters 4 times a day. Diets high in protein are also effective during influenza season. Guess what? Guess why? Well, your immune system is made from protein. So if you are attempting to strengthen your immune system, it would be a good idea to eat protein. Adult males need about 60 grams of protein a day anyway. Adult females need about 50 grams of protein. Most people don't get that. Even they just don't get it. And so, yeah, I'm of the opinion that most people are dehydrated and most people don't have enough protein in their body on a regular basis. So up the ante with your protein intake. During cold and flu season, every time you eat something, make sure that at least half of what's on your plate is a protein source, okay? Protein, PureWorks foaming cleanser on the hands, in the back door of the house for the kids, and Good Herbs antimicrobial support. If you do those 3 things, you're going to go a long, long way towards avoiding the dreaded influenza virus, which can be a really big bad voodoo daddy, especially if you're a little kid or elderly. And quite frankly, who likes to get the flu? Who wants to get the flu? Nobody wants to get the flu, right? So an ounce of prevention here really is worth a lot more than a pound of cure. Check it out. And of course, if you want more information, I have libraries of information at my website, glidden.healthcare. Sign up for my subscription service and gain access to hundreds of hours of video tutorials where I introduce you to the undiscovered country of science-based, clinically verified, regardless of what the quackbusters say, naturopathic medicine. I am your steadfast advocate for health, Dr. Peter Glidden. Live long and prosper. God willing, and the creek don't rise. I'll see you next time.